insane in an awesome way.
What we did there was we focused on food sustainability. We went to two urban gardens, a botanical garden, and then we went to a food bank called Fill Abundance, and that was probably my favorite part. There we sorted through 40,000 pounds of food.
400,000 people are food insecure in Philadelphia.
It's more than just like kind of going like downtown and handing homeless people a sandwich or something. It's like you're actually like living with the people that you're serving sometimes, or you're living in a way similar to them, and you're experiencing as well as serving. And I think that's what makes it very impactful.
There were a lot of moments focused on you and your relationship with God, and that was part of the reason why I went there. It's because my faith wasn't that strong, and I needed to be able to learn more about God and accept Him. I knew He was real and I believed in Him, but my faith wasn't very strong, and this trip helped me grow in my faith. And so I asked for God to work through me and helping the people of Philadelphia, and to kind of show why He was in my life and work inside me, and He did exactly that.
They got it. Philadelphia is the fourth largest city in terms of food shortage, and I think these kids understood that they were helping people who really, really needed help.
We learned a lot about food sustainability and food deserts, which I had never heard that term before. There's a lot of places in the city of Philadelphia and in a lot of cities where people don't have access to fresh food. The whole focus was getting these people fresh food in their communities, close to them, because maybe they don't have transportation or something to drive 20 minutes out of their way to go to the grocery store. They need it in their neighborhood. So it was about setting up community gardens, distributing food through food banks and stuff like that.
Here in Chesterfield County, we live in a bubble of protection and stability and being comfortable all the time and having the world at our fingertips, basically. I saw a man walk down the road with a backpack on his back, and I thought to myself, that's all that man has.
Here we have huge houses that we take advantage of, and we complain about not having enough room for ourselves, but then there's these people in cities who struggle to just keep everyone in shelter. We have all these stores and resources of getting food, fresh food, and food whenever we want. But there in Philly, you don't get that. There's corner stores with minimal food that could barely give you nutrients.
I think the Lord calls us to be grateful and to be joyful, and I came home and I thanked the Lord for the chair I was sitting in. I thanked the Lord for my bed, for the things in my room, for when my dad and my mom wrapped their arms around me. I thanked the Lord because I was just so excited and just lucky and blessed to have what I have.
I have a lot of things that other people don't, like a car and a house and food. Things that you would take for granted every day that some people don't have.
The best part of the week for me was seeing how their faith grew.
I definitely got closer to God, and I got closer to everybody else on the trip, and I got closer to some of the people in Philly.
What struck me was that everyone was willing to help each other. We didn't know each other. There was a big group of 50 strangers, but everyone was willing to pitch in and help out all these people of Philadelphia. We were never going to see planting seeds that we were never going to see grow into fruit and vegetables. That was what stuck out to me. Everyone was still willing to help out, even though they knew that we were never going to see the product of our work.
On Thursday night at the foot washing service, I definitely will remember that forever and ever.
Thursday night we did foot washing, which is not as gross as it sounds. We went around and we prayed,
and everyone was praying over each person as they had their feet washed, and most of the prayers extended very long after the feet were done being washed, and it was just a very huge feeling of community and family.
They prayed over us while they washed our feet, and it really just reminded you how loved you are in this church and that you are important in the world. And even though life gets rough, you will always have your church family to be there for you.
The act of lifting these people up to God, all their burdens, any struggles that they have, was just very, very powerful.
I think that what we named it was a Category 5 feels it came. We all got hit. Felt that I could trust everybody in the entire group. And I did before, but that it strengthened our bond. #ChurchFam.
Just so dedicated to, again, people they're never going to meet, and that is what God wants us to do.
Just do it, you know. I mean, like, I was on the fringe about coming for YouthWorks, you know. I didn't come last year. I went to scout camp, and I was upset about missing that because, you know, I have friends at Boy Scouts too. But I decided to come on YouthWorks because, like I said, I wanted to get closer to God and closer to these people, and it worked. And I'm really glad that I did. So any doubts that you have, just cast those aside as you get into the big old van. One of the things I love most about this youth group is that it's a very open environment, and everyone just, it's immediate friendship. Even if you don't even like know them, everyone's very nice. You know, they welcome people.
I felt called to come here about a half a year ago. I was on the fence, but I tried to be obedient to the Lord when He said to come here, and this place turned my world upside down in a good way. I made so many friends here, so many incredible brothers and sisters.
I think if anyone's apprehensive about helping with youth ministry, you have to jump over that hurdle. You know, you do it one time and it'll change you. You know, was I gung-ho to go on this mission trip? It was not in my plans. Jenna said I needed somebody. I went, changed my life too. You know, I mean, if you could sit and witness everything that you see, especially your own son, but these other 16 youth, there was a reason that she needed me to go. And so if you have any talent, service, anything you can do to the youth, I promise you'll be rewarded for it.
Just a group of people that you can always come and hang out with, to open up to like, you can tell anybody in our group, hey, I really need you to pray for me about this, or I really need your prayers on this or that, and they'll be like, okay, I'm here for you, man. It's, you know, I got you. And like, everyone's got each other's backs. We're all here for each other, to help each other on any kind of spiritual journey. It's just the feeling of community and family is really strong.
God is working through our youth group. He's doing it really, really well.